Are you tired of promising yourself that you are finally going to be disciplined, that this is the week that you will start the routine and eat healthier and wake up earlier and finally get your life together? You even plan it all out. You set the alarms, you do everything right for a few days, and then the motivation fades. You skip one thing and then another. Suddenly, you're right back where you started and you're wondering why you just can't be consistent? Well, same. I used to think that discipline meant pushing harder, suffering more, and never letting myself mess up. And that is what kept me stuck. Once I learned what discipline actually is, everything changed. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to enter your discipline girl era without relying on motivation and the things we've been getting wrong about discipline that no one really talks about. So let's talk about why discipline feels so hard in the first place. You see, most of us were taught that discipline means punishment. It means being strict, being harsh, being perfect. So we avoid it and we wait for motivation to show up and save us. We tell ourselves, once I feel inspired, I'll start. Once I'm in the right mood, I'll follow through. And January 1st or Monday. But motivation is temporary. It's a feeling, not a foundation. And it shows up when life feels easy and it actually disappears the second things get really inconvenient. And when you rely on it, you stay stuck in the same start and stop cycle. 3 good days, 1 bad day, and suddenly you feel like everything is ruined and you just can't be disciplined. That's why so many of us feel so guilty instead of feeling grounded when we're trying to be disciplined. The thing is we're not failing at discipline. We've just been building it on something that's not stable. So here's the thing. Discipline is not punishment. It's self-love and it's self-care. It's the ways that you take care of your future self before she even asks. It's every small follow-through that trust builds within yourself. And it's the way that you become the woman that you've been visualizing and the one who actually keeps her promises. When you stop using discipline as punishment, it becomes actually peace and it feels softer and lighter, like you're actually taking care of yourself instead of trying to fix yourself. Because motivation fades, but the systems that you build will stay. And when your life is set up to make it easy to show up, discipline starts to feel like peace instead of pressure. And you might be wondering how that actually looks day to day. How do you stay consistent when you don't even feel like doing anything? The biggest thing that changed everything for me with discipline was realizing that action comes first. You don't want to wait until you feel ready. You start and the feeling follows. How many times have you waited for the right mood to go for a walk, clean up your space, or start the project? The truth is, motivation often shows up after you begin. So instead of waiting, just start. Put your shoes on, open the laptop, begin the thing. When I started doing morning walks, I told myself just 5 minutes. And almost every time 5 minutes turned into 30. And it's not because I suddenly got motivated. It's because the movement actually created the momentum. This is how you build momentum, by moving first and then letting the feelings catch up after, which will help you stay disciplined. So this next shift that will help you enter your discipline girl era is using systems over willpower. Have you ever noticed that by the end of the day, you have less willpower? That's because willpower is a limited resource. Systems, though, are sustainable. So if you want to journal more, don't rely on remembering. Put your journal by your pillow. Make it impossible to miss it. And if you want to eat better, prep your snacks in advance. If you want to work out, lay your clothes out the night before. Design your environment to make it the right choice to be easy. That's how I built my journaling habit. I put my notebook literally right beside my alarm clock, and it's the first thing I reach for as soon as I open my eyes, and the discipline becomes automatic. Discipline becomes automatic when your setup removes friction. Now this one is from all of my perfectionists out there. If you struggle with perfectionism at all, that's going to really hold you back when you're trying to be disciplined. So for this next shift, it's all about building momentum over perfection. Sometimes we think discipline means doing everything perfectly, but perfection is literally a trap and it kills consistency. So instead, focus on micro consistency, like reset your workspace for 5 minutes each night, or stretch for 5 minutes in the morning, or write 1 sentence in your journal. These tiny habits build trust. They create the momentum, and they're way more powerful than one big burst of effort followed by burnout from motivation. The truth is, discipline isn't something you wait for. It's something that you actually have to build. It's one small choice at a time, and you don't need hype or perfect routine to change your life. You just need to start showing up, even in the small ways, for the woman that you've becoming. That's what your discipline girl era is about. Instead of discipline being punishment, try to create discipline around building a life that actually supports you, not one that pushes you down. When you start showing up with small, consistent action, you stop negotiating with your potential and you start living it. And if you have been waiting for a sign to start, this is it. In my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to take action before you feel ready and why that's the secret to building unstoppable momentum and discipline. So if you're ready to stop restarting and to start becoming, make sure you subscribe. So I put a survey up in my community post, and thank you to the people who responded. And I asked, what is your biggest difficulty with discipline? The answer that the majority chose was discipline not feeling like punishment. And I think that we need to give discipline a different kind of reputation. It shouldn't be this thing that feels like this massive burden and it like we just hate it and we don't ever want to do it. It should feel like something that's actually supporting us. So we need to really reflect on how do we make discipline support us instead of making us feel like it's this like restriction. How do we make discipline feel like self-love and self-care? Part of that for me has been making discipline enjoyable by rewarding myself after doing something that I find difficult and I have to have discipline for. Like if that's working out, that means that afterwards I get to go watch my favorite vlogger. Or if it's having to do my nighttime routine that I really don't want to do, it's putting on my favorite Netflix show. And it's like pairing these things that I just really dread that I'm trying to have discipline with and creating something that I actually look forward to.